Will you please prompt the vote?
Commissioner Quell. Commissioner Erickson Galt. Commissioner Gershenson. Commissioner Gingell is excused. Commissioner Hoffman. Commissioner Johnson. Commissioner Joliet.
Here.
Commissioner Long.
Here.
Commissioner Lubes. Commissioner Markham. Commissioner Miller.
Here.
Commissioner Nelson is excused. Commissioner Powell. Commissioner Rahman is excused. Commissioner Smith-Charles. Commissioner Spiz.
Present.
Commissioner Taylor.
Here.
Commissioner Wiper.
Here.
Commissioner Woodward.
Yeah, here.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. The invocation this morning will be led by the Honorable Yolanda Smith-Charles. Just like, we'll hold on just to, she's here.
She's here.
And it's like, oh, wow. Everyone can sit. Everyone can sit for a second. How about this? Okay. Why don't if it's okay, I'm going to jump to minutes and approval of the agenda. Approval of the minutes dated November 21st, 2024. Moved by Commissioner Powell, seconded by Commissioner Markham. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Let the record reflect that the minutes were adopted unanimously. If everyone, I think there's an amendment added and another item under new business. If people can refresh their screen, they need to move approval of the agenda for today's meeting. Moved by Commissioner Lube, seconded by Commissioner Taylor. Any discussion? Moved by Commissioner Spiz.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to make a comment about the last minute time change of this meeting. You know, I know a lot of us had other things planned because it was originally scheduled for this evening, and some of us couldn't be here today. Unfortunately, I could because mine changed. Originally, I wasn't going to be here this morning because I had some stuff going on at the house with contractors, but fortunately they changed, so I could be here, luckily be here for this meeting. So I would just ask in the future that if we're going to make changes such as this, that we do our best to make them as early as possible so people can adjust their calendars, because making a change in less than 24 hours is difficult for, I'm assuming, all of us to be here, because we all have other things we do outside of this, fortunately or unfortunately, and that keeps us busy. And we're all looking forward to being here and doing the people's work. And for those that can't be here, it's unfortunate because their schedule's conflicted. So I would ask again for future, if we could do our best to put these notices out here as early as possible, because we did set a calendar a year in advance. So to make last minute changes is difficult on many of us. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I agree, and I think we rarely ever do. And those who attend most of the meetings are here. So I appreciate everyone accommodating the schedule. But I agree. Commissioner Quell. Oh, wait, discussion on the approval of the agenda.
Well, I just wanted to say, it's cool to find out that Mike's getting some work done on his house. Thanks for making it work for us to be here.
Okay, thank you. All right. Seeing no further discussion on approval of the agenda, all in favor of approval of the agenda say aye. 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 Opposed say nay. And the agenda is approved. Is Commissioner Smith-Charles? Yeah, just. All right. Okay, it's just 1 second. We're going to stand at ease for 2 minutes. here in Oakland County. Please remind us to keep in our hearts and our minds those who are less privileged, particularly during this holiday season. Give us the courage to do what's right, even in the face of adversity or political inconvenience. And most importantly, remember that as a community, we are able to take on big projects if we commit to work together to get things done. In your name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, that will bring us up. We've got a couple presentations this morning and proclamations to recognize the service of incredible individuals that have done incredible things for this community. So first up, I'm going to call on Commissioner Powell to recognize the service. And well, we're not going to do it. We're going to undo the retirement. He has to stay forever.
No.
But Commissioner Powell to present a proclamation to well-deserved to Under Sheriff Curtis Childs.
Good morning, everyone. Commissioner Powell here. And yes, Under Sheriff Curtis Childs. Before I read this proclamation, though, and any commissioners can join me, I just want to say personally thank you. And from the little black girl from the city of Pontiac, and from a culture perspective, because we know what the storyline is culturally for us, for historicalness. You've always made me feel very secure in our conversations. You've always kept it, as we will say, 100 with me, as I would say, as far as for your safety and my safety, but you always made me comfortable and felt confident in anything that we would discuss. It was always private discussion sometimes, and I just always want to appreciate that, because in this space, it can be challenging for a community as Pontiac, where I'm from, but just thank you, because we need that. We need more leaders like you from a cultural perspective in that space to bridge that gap, and you did that at least with me as a commissioner, so thank you. So now I will read his proclamation. Oh, Under Sheriff Childs, could you come up, please?
It's a Charlie escort.
Come on, Charlie.
Day in history. Yeah.
So I'm gonna read the first, and it's all of us up here, so anyone can jump in. So, Oakland County Board of Commissioners proclamation honoring Under Sheriff Curtis Childs, whereas it is great honor to recognize individuals such as Under Sheriff Curtis Childs who dedicate careers to serving and protecting the residents of Oakland County and, sorry, come on.
Right here.
Got the second one.
And whereas Under Sheriff Childs began his career as a deputy with the Oakland County Sheriff's Office in 1992 and graduated from the Oakland County Police Academy in 1996. He rose to the ranks of the department, becoming the first African American to be promoted to Major Deputy Chief of Staff in 2020 and receiving his current rank of Under Sheriff in 2022.
This one? Yes.
That's the big one.
In his prior roles, Under Sheriff Childs has been a member of the SWAT, the Sheriff's Honor Guard, and served as commander of the Cell Extraction Team. He's experienced in all areas of correction and spent time working at the Lyon Township and Commerce Township substations. As lieutenant, he was part of the Corrective Services Satellite Division and the Emergency Response and Preparedness Division. Additionally, he was Major Commander of the Corrections and Court Services Division of the OCSO, overseeing operations across the county facilities. And
I'll be nice. And whereas a resident of Troy, Under Sheriff Childs earned an associate's degree from Oakland Community College and a bachelor's of science in business administration / finance from Columbia Southern University. He also attended the Northwestern University Center for Public Safety, got a glare, for public safety, police staff, and command training in 2005. Under Sheriff Child has received numerous awards throughout his service, including Command Officer of the Year in 2010, and citations for meritorious service, professional excellence, and distinguished unit, and
Chair.
Right behind you.
Something, okay. Whereas on the occasion of his retirement, we join with Under Sheriff Child's wife, children, and friends and OCSO colleagues and all of Oakland County to thank him for his more than 30 years of service to the community. Oh, wait, there's one more. There's one more. You want me to keep going?
Oh, okay, how about that? So you get the last line. All right. Now therefore be resolved, David T. Woodward, myself, and the entire Board of Commissioners, and Commissioner Angela Powell, together, and the entire board hereby proclaim special commendation to Under Sheriff Curtis Childs. We wish him much enjoyment in his retirement. Hey, I'm gonna say some things first. Absolutely. As a county, we are so incredibly fortunate to have this long, distinguished career of Under Sheriff Childs serving in his capacity now and all his other roles. Over my 20 years involvement in the board, I've had an opportunity to work with Curtis, whether it's been pension issues, union politics, public safety. I have randomly walked onto him when he was on a movie set. He is one of the coolest people I know. Him and my wife have this, adoration for Prince. I love this guy so much. When I heard the news of the retirement, it was like a gut punch because we rely so much, and the idea of you not being around all the time to be able to help support all of our work and give us guidance when necessary won't be there every day, but I'm so proud that you'll be able to, you've earned this retirement, you've given so much to this county, and we are so proud of you. So congratulations, brother. Appreciate it.
I'm a man of few words, so I'm gonna keep it short. Thank you to my mother and my son for being here. My wife couldn't make it. Thank you to the sheriff, Sheriff Bouchard, and the sheriff's office, and all the people that work there. Major Wondrak, Major Perry, of course, Gaya. So I'm gonna miss you guys, and thank you, commissioners. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
With us?
I have no idea. We're gonna miss you.
You're not related anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Do a picture right up here.
Yeah, he is.
so much.
Yeah, we're gonna get a group.
Yes. Well, he's gonna come up. Here.
Did you give one of the staff your phone so they can get the picture for you? Oh, you got it, okay, cool, we're gonna get it for you and send it to her. Good job.
Well, are they doing the family first, or no, we're here?
Everybody.
I'm too tall.
Right? I'm tall.
You're so short. We always say
All right, right over here, 1, 2, 3, I'll take a couple more, really nice, great shot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. All right, our next proclamation for another great member of the Oakland County team who is moving on to new opportunities in another state. I'm going to call on Commissioners Gwen Markham and Yolanda Smith-Charles to present a proclamation to Aaron Quell.
Aaron, you want to come up? So I'll start. I just want to say that when I came to work at the county 6 years ago, we did not have one recycling bin in the place. And it was pretty clear that we were a little bit behind on environmental policy as an organization. And I just want to say, after Aaron was hired, the work that has been done in those 6 years and the progress we have made at this county and the leadership we have shown across the state because of you and the hard work that you have done, I'm so proud to know you and that you came to this county and served us. And I'm really sorry you're leaving, but I get it. And I just wanted to say all that. And Yolanda, you want to?
Sure. I'll never think of the World Economic Forum in the same way ever again. Thank you so much. It's been great working with Erin. I love how she's got bright ideas. I'm sad to see those ideas go out the door with her, but you've laid a great foundation. And any good leader knows that if you love something, sometimes you do have to let it go. So we're going to miss you, but we know you won't be far.
Start reading.
Okay. Oakland County Board of Commissioner proclamation honoring Aaron Quell. Whereas innovative public servants such as Aaron Quell, who are attracted to Oakland County as an employer of choice during their professional journey, leaving a lasting impression and improved operations that benefit residents, colleagues, and even our environment. And whereas a resident of Farmington Hills, Ms. Quell made Oakland County history as its first Chief Sustainability Officer in September of 2021. In her short 3 years with us, she has transformed the way sustainability practices are woven into countywide practices, mapped sustainability goals, and enabled Oakland County to build a reputation as a leader in climate change solutions.
And whereas Ms. Quell's accomplishments during her tenure are numerous and will serve as a legacy to reflect upon in the future. A true trailblazer, she hosted the county's first ever sustainability conference, and thanks to her leadership, Oakland County now holds gold certification in the Michigan Green Communities Challenge, the highest level. Other firsts include the installation of a rooftop solar array and electric vehicle charging stations. In addition, the strides made to optimize countywide sustainability programs she oversaw were recognized with a LEED Gold certification from the U.S. Green Building Council. And I will just say that's a big step from where we were to go to LEED Gold in those 3 years. In cooperation with Oakland County Parks and Recreation and the Water Resources Commissioner, Ms. Quell developed 2 additional sustainability frameworks and finalized a solar electricity contract that will draw 3/4 of its energy from solar, a renewable resource. This alone will reduce campus greenhouse gas emissions by 40%. And, somebody else.
Whereas the vast experience of Ms. Quell brought to her role, including that as Ferndale's environmental sustainability planner, will be deeply missed, as will extensive knowledge she's gained through her advanced degrees, including a bachelor's degree in biology from Grand Valley State and an MPA in environmental science policy from Columbia University in New York. Whereas on the occasion of her departure from the county and relocation out of state, we join with the Office of Sustainability, staff, county leadership, and Ms. Quell's family and friends to wish her the very best in the next step on her professional pathway.
Now, therefore, I, David T. Woodward, Chair of the Board, and the entire Board of Commissioners, including Commissioners Gwen Markham and Yolanda Smith-Charles, and the entire Board, hereby proclaim special commendation to Aaron Quell. I'm going to be all weepy-eyed all morning. Erin, I mean, you and I have talked about this already. The energy you bring to this role, and a role and an idea that this board helped create, and you gave it personality, you gave it life, you gave it vision and purpose. You've assembled a team. I couldn't be more proud, and your accomplishments has been great, and it's so sad to lose you, and I know you're going to do great things, and I look forward to our paths crossing again. So anyway, congratulations, and take the mic.
Well, I also won't take up too much time on the microphone, but you know, it is really sad. I probably sound like a broken record because I've said it before, but this was a really hard decision to make. It's a decision for my family. I've got aging in-laws and other family members in Maine, and so relocating there is the best decision. But I'll miss you guys. It's been amazing and frustrating and challenging and lovely. And I've learned so much from everybody here and sincerely really appreciate my time. I'm sad to go, and I sincerely hope that if you ever find yourself in Maine, please come visit. And I will definitely be keeping tabs on everything that we have going on here. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Right in the middle. Right in the middle. When do you want to be on the other side?
It's too cold.
Front center. Chris.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up, I'm going to call up Commissioner Lenny Taylor to present the next proclamation to a woman that I think was one of the first people I met when I came here, and I came 20 years ago. So to give a proclamation, a dedicated proclamation to Patricia Coates. Lenny?
Thank you. Is Ms. Coates here? I'm here. Please join me. And any other commissioners, please? All right.
He was here when I was here too, 22 years ago. 22 years ago.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Again, this is a happy, sad occasion. Sad for us, happy for you on your retirement. And I'm just going to read this because she's got so many wonderful talents, and we're going to miss you.
I wasn't going to cry until Curtis started.
Whereas it is a privilege to honor individuals such as Patricia Coates, who dedicated their career to public safety in Oakland County and surrounding areas. And whereas Ms. Coates began her public service in 1975 as a communication agent for the Oakland County Sheriff's Office and was promoted to communications shift leader just 3 years later. In this position, Ms. Coates represented OCSO on a committee of public safety officials that developed a plan to initiate countywide 911 service, which went live in 1986. She was then promoted to be the first civilian supervisor of communications for the OCSO during 5 years in that role. Ms. Coates was responsible for hiring, training, and overseeing a team of 911 communication agents and shift leaders, assisted in migrating OCSO from paper dispatch cards and typed incident logs to the Courts and Law Enforcement Management Information System, CLEMIS, computer-aided dispatch, and served as departmental liaison during the implementation of a new radio system. She was the project manager doing OCSO's dispatch relocation to its current location, ensuring the physical move of 911 calls and personnel with no downtime in service. Additionally, Ms. Coates represented Oakland County legislatively during several rewrites of the Emergency Telephone Service Enabling Act, or Public Act PA 32 of 1986, and
I can. It's a little writing, though. Ooh. All right. Whereas in 1994, Ms. Coates parlayed the expertise she gained from the OSCO to serve as the director of Lapeer County's 911 Central Dispatch. There, she was instrumental in bringing county-wide 911 services to Lapeer County, which was the last county in the Lower Peninsula to implement 911. She also served as project manager to establish a public safety voice radio system and fire paging system, and to consolidate multiple public safety dispatch centers into one consolidated public safety answering point. Ms. Coates developed personnel and hiring procedures, a training program, and numerous policies and procedures for emergency call taking and dispatch. She returned to OCSO in 1998, where she has since been the administrator of Clemmis and Oakland County 911 coordinator. She continues to represent the county when PA 32 of 1986 is updated and ensures public safety systems and equipment are modernized and replaced when necessary. And whereas it was okay with glasses.
This one?
Yes.
Whereas Ms. Coates, an Oakland County native, grew up in Royal Oak and currently resides in Rochester Hills. She earned a bachelor's degree in English and psychology from Oakland University with concentration in gerontology. Ms. Coates further embraced her desire to help others by gaining a Master's of Arts degree from Oakland University in counseling, with a concentration in human reaction to significant loss. Throughout her career, she has maintained membership on numerous boards, committees, and professional organizations, including the Association of Public Safety Communication Officials, the National Emergency Number Association, and Michigan Public Safety Frequency Advisory Committee, frequently holding executive roles in these organizations.
Whereas on the occasion of Ms. Coates' retirement, we join with her family, friends, colleagues, and all of Oakland and Lapeer counties to honor her contributions to the safety and well-being of our residents. Now therefore be resolved, David T. Woodward, Chair of the Board, and Commissioner Lenny Taylor, and the entire Oakland County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim special commendation to Patricia Coates, and we wish you great enjoyment in your retirement.
Thank you.
Yes. And I'm not joking. We'll keep the pause going. Genuinely, one of the first people that I got to interact with this county, not only demonstrating as a leader in this space, but everything I know about 911, the EZNet, building a tower, setting a tower, constructing a tower, a radio system, dispatch, and everything comes from this woman. And I have seen her use her incredible persuasive skills to say, you have to give me more money to build more things. And as a result, Oakland County, without a doubt, has the safest infrastructure that not only used to run exclusively a telephone wire, but can actually transmit incredible data through the air. And we would not be here without this woman's incredible work all these years. And so, thank you.
Thank you all. For perspective, when I started in 1975 was the year Jimmy Hoffa disappeared. There was no 911. Everybody had to know their local 7-digit number for their police and fire department. Our radio system was horrible. And we had 36 diverse 911 or dispatch centers in the county. We're now down to 19, and they are wonderful. So I've had the pleasure of starting, and there were no wireless phones. Everything was landline. I've had the privilege of helping migrate and implement technology, legislative changes, funding changes throughout almost 50 years. And it's been fun, but it is a team. It's not a one-woman job. We have the IT department here. My successor, Meredith, who has just retired from Southfield 911 and will be taking my place. My daughter-in-law, my family's put up with some crazy schedules. So I just want to thank you all. I've survived 3 county executives, 3 sheriffs, many generations of county commissioners, all of whom have supported me, sometimes butting heads. But it's been great. Thank you all.
I just wanted to add, I was a new commissioner, and I knew nothing about what you were talking about, and you had the patience to explain, and of course, I then saw you regularly. But the most amazing thing was how many police chiefs from every one of our districts showed up when you were on the agenda. And it was just their respect for you and for the good work that you've done. So thank you.
They've been a great team.
Yeah, let's get the, oh, come on. Curtis, come on. Curtis, come on up. Get Curtis up here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone, this is the next meeting.
Oh.
Unfortunately, she has big shoes too.
Nice. Get Curtis, no, Curtis right there, man.
Nice to meet you.
You're in. Here, Chris, come over here.
Oh, that's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
The Lions here, we were all representing, the game was that Thursday night. But I'll take the check. Is there any money in there?
You too. You gonna be the next one?
I think the presentation today is a recognition of the incredible talent that we have that make Oakland County this not only a great place to live, but a place where public service reigns top notch, and we've benefited so much from these individuals, and all of them have worked very hard to train up and provide to help support their successors be equally successful in their subsequent roles. We'll move on to communications, and first up, under communications, I believe we got an appointment to the personnel and some other communications that the clerk please read.
Mr. Chair, there are two communications. The first dated December 12th to the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. I am hereby appointing the following individuals to the Oakland County Personnel Appeal Board for a term ending December 31st, 2025. Commissioner David Woodward, Commissioner William Miller. Your confirmation of these appointments is respectfully requested. Sincerely, David T. Woodward, Chairman, Oakland County Board of Commissioners. Secondly, dated December 12th, 2024, dear Commissioners, county staff, and fellow community members, I was hoping to be with all of you today, but due to the last-minute scheduling changes, I am unable to attend what would have been my final board meeting. While I'm disappointed not to be there in person, I wanted to take a moment to share a few thoughts and express my gratitude for the privilege of serving on the County Commission. Looking back on my time here, I feel incredibly fortunate. We've faced a lot of challenges together, but I've always believed that it's in these tough moments that we grow the most. I want to thank my fellow commissioners for the collaboration and dedication you've shown to this community. We've disagreed on some issues, but I think that's part of what made our work together so meaningful. The ability and freedom to think independently and put policy over politics to make decisions in a conscientious way with the best interests of the county at heart. I trust that this ideal will continue to serve as the core value in guiding this legislative body moving forward. To the county staff, thank you. Your hard work and commitment often go unnoticed, but it's the backbone of everything we do. The support you've provided, the insights you've offered, and the dedication you bring to the table makes a difference. I've been proud to have worked alongside you. And to the residents of Oakland County, thank you for the trust you've placed in me. It has been an honor to represent this community, to hear your concerns, your ideas, and your hopes for the future. I've always tried to make decisions that would reflect the values of our community, and I hope I've lived up to that responsibility. Though I may be stepping down from this role for now, I remain as committed as ever to the success and well-being of our community. I look forward to continuing to contribute in whatever ways I can, and I'll always carry with me the lessons, memories, and friendships from my time on the commission. Thank you again for the opportunity to serve. It has truly been an honor. Sincerely, Ajay Raman, Commissioner, District 14. Mr. Chair, that concludes communications.
Thank you very much. Can I get a motion to receive the communication? Moved by Commissioner Weipert, seconded by Commissioner Lubes. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Let the record reflect that the communication has been received unanimously. This will open up public comment. Our first public comment of the meeting to speak to any items on the regular agenda, or on the agenda, and there's a second public comment afterwards. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to speak during public comment? Seeing none, I will close the first public comment. That will bring us to reports of standing committees. And first up is the consent agenda, which is the majority of today's meeting. Items on today's meeting, moved by Commissioner Taylor, seconded by Commissioner Lubes. Any discussion on any of the consent agenda items? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, will you please prompt the vote on the consent agenda?
Mr. Chair, there are 15 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The consent agenda is adopted. This will move us to our regular agenda. And first up, I will call on the Finance Chair, Commissioner Gwen Markham.
Commissioner Joliet?
I never voted. My screen never prompted. And I did e-vote, and it's saying it's not, yeah.
Okay. If there's no objection, yes?
I mean, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Commissioner Joliet voted yes. It's not, for whatever reason, it's not showing up there. So if we can record in the record, Commissioner Joliet votes yes. I should have caught that because that number did not. There are 16 of us here.
There we go. No, it's not. Where?
Wait, she's not on there? Okay. Record will reflect. Commissioner Joliet, the record will reflect that we're going to figure out why that happened.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the record will reflect Commissioner Joliet voting yes for the consent agenda. So it passed 16-0. Okay. Commissioner Spiz, do you have any additional?
I just wanted to confirm it showed that she was in attendance in the system with the clerk's office.
Oh, okay.
Because that might be part of the issue.
It does show that she.
Yes, it does show attendance. Okay, thank you. Yes. All right, we'll get it figured and we'll be mindful of the subsequent votes. Commissioner Markham.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have one item from the Finance Committee today on the regular agenda. It's a motion to authorize the Oakland County Energy Study Project in the amount of $1,069,640, brought forward by our Facilities Management Department.
Moved by Commissioner Markham, seconded by Commissioner Galt, Harrison Galt. Any discussion? Commissioner Spiz, followed by Commissioner Gershenson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd just like to bring to light some question about the validity of this topic from one of our meetings when we did a reconsideration of a reconsideration, and which I don't believe is allowed by Robert's rules, but it somehow made it to the agenda because it went through finance and is here. I still have the same concerns I had in the meeting outside of my votes there in the reconsideration, so I will be voting no on this point because I'd still like to see it dispersed over a few years versus one lump sum of over $1 million. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Commissioner Gershenson.
Yes, I assume with the departure of Erin Quell that we're going to be hiring a new person who I'd like to meet and hear how she's going to be, or he is going to be participating in this new program. And forgive me if I missed it, but Commissioner Markham, didn't you say, what was the amount you said that Erin Quell has brought into the county through grants?
So for this particular?
No, in general. I just don't think it got mentioned. Okay, never mind. Anyway,
yeah.
So I'm just looking forward to a continuation of this project with whoever comes in and want them to connect with us.
The resolution itself contains details as to where the funding is coming from for this, and most of it is coming from grants. So.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, will you please prompt the vote? together. Yeah. We're good. We can close it.
Mr. Chair, there are 10 yeas, 5 nays.
A sufficient number voting in the affirmative, the resolution is adopted. Commissioner Markham.
That concludes the report of the Finance Committee today, Mr. Chair.
Great, thank you. And we appropriately recorded Joliet's vote, right? Yes. Good, okay. Yep, she's up there, good. All right, next up, I will bring up the Chair of the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee, the Honorable Brendan Johnson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I've got 3 items today from the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee. The first, I move the adoption of, it's got a very long title, so I'll just summarize it. Item 15A, FYs 25 through 28, collective bargaining agreement with UAW for various non-supervisory and supervisory employees within the 6th Judicial Circuit Court and Probate Court.
Moved by Commissioner Johnson, seconded by Commissioner Taylor. Any discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, please prompt the vote. I think we can close it. We're good. You can do the next one. We're good.
Mr. Chair, there are 15 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The resolution is adopted. Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, I move the adoption of supplemental agreements for FYs 25 through 28 with representatives of the UAW, Local 889, representing various supervisory and non-supervisory supervisory employees within the county. It's been a long week.
Moved by Johnson, seconded by Miller. Any discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, please prompt the vote.
Mr. Chair, there are 16 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The resolution is adopted. Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, I now move the adoption of interlocal agreements between Oakland County Board of Commissioners and the Oakland County Public Authorities for administrative support services.
Moved by Commissioner Johnson, seconded by Commissioner Quell. And I believe there's an amendment. Moved by Commissioner Spiz, seconded by Commissioner Hoffman.
Yeah, I don't believe
Commissioner Spiz, you want to speak to the amendment?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't believe the one in the packet is the latest one that's out there, so I don't know if it can be updated. Looks like it still says CPI plus 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not
And
correct.
actually,
Okay, hold
yeah,
on
it's
one
not.
second. Can staff make certain that the right amendment is in the packet? Why don't you read what the amendment is, and then we will make sure it's reflected.
Of course. It's similar to what's in your packet. So starting with further, that the staff administration support services rates for 26, 27, 28, 29 shall be based on the previous year's rates plus inflation rate multiplier as published by the State Tax Commission.
And that, Commissioner Hoffman, you're good with seconding. Any discussion? Do you want to explain it, Commissioner Spiz?
Well, I'm just looking for a little bit more consistency since we just went through this with the sheriff's contract and we're using CPI, or as it was put to me, the inflation rate multiplier per the state of Michigan by our CFO. So I would just like to be consistent in our wording.
Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you very much. I am glad that you're doing this because I am all for tying things to the rate of inflation. I think that government works better when we're realistic with money.
And I agree, and we'll be supporting this amendment. And if you refresh, the correct language of the Spiz amendment is in your packet. Seeing no further discussion, Mr. Clerk, will you please prompt the vote? This is on the amendment, on the Spiz amendment. Yeah, we'll close it. Oh, wait. How does Commissioner Smith-Charles vote? I'm voting in the affirmative. Commissioner Smith-Charles votes yes. Commissioner Miller votes yes.
Mr. Chair, there are 16 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The amendment is adopted. That brings us back to the main motion. Any further discussion on the resolution? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, please prompt the vote.
Mr. Chair, there are 16 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The resolution is adopted. Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. That concludes the report of the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Next up is Commissioner Penny Lubes, and she will take us until tomorrow. I think we might be able to move these as a group. Commissioner Lubes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have 13 items under Public Health and Safety Committee. The first is an acceptance from the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation of rescue equipment.
Moved by Commissioner Lubes, seconded by Commissioner Hoffman. Any discussion? Commissioner Quell.
I just want to lift up, I'm voting no on this because this seems to circumvent our purchasing and DEI policies, and because this is equipment as opposed to a grant of money, this also puts the county on the hook for repair costs or ongoing things like insurance and liability related to this. And lastly, I think all of us would be more than happy to give the sheriff more equipment if he needed. So I don't understand why working through a chain of nonprofit organizations without transparency is the thing that he's doing.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anybody else under public discussion on the item? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, please prompt the vote.
Mr. Chair, there are 15 yeas, 1 nay.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The resolution is adopted. Commissioner Lubes.
The next 12 items are standard law enforcement services agreements. I can name the townships and the cities. Do you want to take them as a whole or individually?
Is there any objection of taking them all together? There's no objection to taking them all together, so Commissioner Lubes moves items 16B through M. The standard law enforcement agreements.
So one is for the township of Addison, Brandon, Commerce, Highland, Independence, Lyon Township, Oakland Township, Orion Township, Oxford, the city of Pontiac, the city of Rochester Hills, and the chartered township of Springfield.
Correct, yep. All right. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Quell.
I just want to highlight.
Wait, it was moved by Lubes. Do we have a second? We need a second. It's seconded by Commissioner Markham. Commissioner Quell on discussion.
I just want to highlight how quickly all of these communities signed on to this without any special need for payment arrangements or balloon payments or deferred payments or anything like that, which I think is a testament to the fact that they had the money all along. And we're finally going to be closing this terrible gap that's been a subsidy and a drain on the county's budget for 40 years.
Commissioner Long.
Well, now that Commissioner Quell had to bring that up, so Commerce Township on Tuesday night's board meeting, they deleted 1 deputy position and 1 detective in order to. So a lot of these communities will be coming back, probably deleting positions. So public safety at this year will be going down in our communities until they come up with a funding source. So that isn't entirely true how they came up with the money. So thank you.
Commissioner Powell.
And just to add to Commissioner Cavell, just to let you know that some communities still have a time window to come back and kind of negotiate, so it's not automatically all the way done yet as far as negotiations with communities. Because I caught the question, I just want to make sure you knew that it's still a window for them to still negotiate things. Okay? Thanks.
Thank you very much. Anybody, Commissioner Johnson.
Just since we're talking about it, I would like to echo my Commissioner in Pontiac's sentiments that the speed at which this was done had more to do with the date being December 12th than it did in eagerness to agree with the county on this.
Thank you. Commissioner Weibert.
And as I made a comment 3 or 4 months ago, this might jeopardize school resources officer, and I think that did happen too because of the stress of the timing and not being able to plan. So I predicted that 3 months ago, and that happened, I think, on Tuesday night for one of our municipalities.
Thank you, Commissioner Weibert. Commissioner Powell for a second time.
And just to bring attention to that, with what Commissioner Weibert alluded to is that that was a concern of commissioners moving forward, and our fiscal service said that they would do a better job as far as trying to meet those deadlines of when our municipalities are negotiating their annual budgets and things like that. So we said that we will try to do better and make sure we don't go the route that we went this time. Thank you.
Okay, I think that concludes discussion. Mr. Clerk, will you please prompt the vote for adopting all the standard law enforcement service agreements? Commissioner Powell votes yes.
Mr. Chair, there are 11 yeas, 5 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The resolutions are adopted. Commissioner Loops.
That concludes the report of the Public Health and Safety Committee.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This will move us to new and miscellaneous business. I believe there's only one item. We'll call Commissioner Gershenson. We'll move the compensation for county elected officials and county commissioners, seconded by Commissioner Powell. Any discussion? Commissioner Joliet.
Has there been a cost analysis done as to what the budget amendment would be for this?
The resolution contains that to direct management and budget to amend the 25-27 budgets to reflect the salary changes.
Get that, but is there a number associated with it?
I think it's spelled out in here. You want me to add it up?
Sure. Yeah, I was wondering what the actual budget amendment would be.
I believe the budget amendment is going to be prepared to amend the 25-27 budgets.
So there won't be a budget amendment that we'll see till after this is forwarded.
The cost implication of this, yes, but
Okay.
but you could add the numbers. Great, thank you. Any other discussion? Commissioner Long.
Well, I think I understand it. So these aren't phased in, so this salary just starts
January 1, 2025. And then the commissioner salaries will increase at the CPI rate established by the state. The others will be addressed annually. Because commissioner salaries cannot be adjusted in the term.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none. Commissioner Johnson. There's a typo at the very end. It's going to be corrected.
There's a typo at the very beginning
Yes,
also.
it's a yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's being sponsored by Commissioner Marcia Gershenson. Mr. Clerk, please prompt the vote.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Commissioner Spiz.
Just a quick question, Mr. Chair. You mentioned CPI. I know it can't be adjusted through the year, so is the rate that's included in the resolution starting in 2025 and then it goes up each year by CPI, or?
It will, yes, so you'll say.
That doesn't say that on the
It does.
resolution.
Very last, well, second to last, be it further resolved clause, says the compensation for county commissioners shall increase annually
Okay.
at the rate of the inflation rate multiplier as adopted by the Michigan State Tax Commission for years 26, 27, and 28.
Thank you.
Okay. Seeing no further discussion, Mr. Clerk, please prompt the vote. Oh, yes, sorry, I didn't hit save.
Mr. Chair, there are 11 yeas, 5 nays.
A sufficient number voted in the affirmative. The resolution is adopted. I believe that concludes all the items that will move. If there are additional items, I don't think there are. Are there announcements? This will take us to announcements. Commissioner Powell?
I know this is our last meeting. I want to say happy holidays to all of my colleagues. And also I want to say thank you to our staff. We could not do anything that we do here without our staff, so appreciate you all. And thank you. That's it. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Commissioner Miller? Oh, sorry,
Past life.
Clerk Miller.
Past life.
Sorry. I had representative in my head and I stopped myself.
Just a note to commissioners that the clerk staff is here to administer oaths if you need or to collect your affidavits. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Gershenson.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Agree. Commissioner Powell has a follow-up.
Sorry, and also I want to thank my caucus for allowing me to be you all's caucus chair. I am interested in another term, but thank you for this term. And I thought I'd let you all know that now. Thank you.
Commissioner Lubes.
I'd like to acknowledge the work of Commissioner Roman, or Ajay, who wasn't able to come to the last meeting today, but I appreciate his last 2 years and the work he dedicated.
Absolutely, and we will arrange for a recognition when he can be in person with us in the future. I'm just gonna, say something. This concludes a year, concludes a new term. We start a new term, a new beginning, a longer term. Thanks to the legislature, but it's an incredible honor to work with all of you. Enjoy this holiday season with family, friends, and your community. This truly is an amazing county, and it's made that way because of the great leadership that's in this room. So it's an honor to serve with all of you, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all the other good things, and Happy Hanukkah, and then eventually Happy New Year. So without any further business, we stand adjourned. What? Oh, adjourned. Second public comment. I just didn't see anybody in the seats, so open up second public comments. Is there additional public comments? Seeing no additional public comments, we will. Oh, we do have. I saw you. I was like, he doesn't have to be here anymore. Okay, good. Yes, we're good. It's all set. So we'll close the second public comment, and we stand adjourned.